Most men never become leaders, not because they lack talent, not because they aren't smart, but because they break a handful of rules without even realizing it, rules that quietly destroy respect, confidence, opportunities, and relationships. Nobody teaches men these rules, not your father, not your school, not society, and because no one told you, you've probably broken some of them yourself. Today, I'm giving you 10 non-negotiable rules every man should know. Learn them, live them, and by the end of this video, you'll never look at leadership the same way again. 1. Never go back to someone who chose someone else over you. Not because they're a bad person, but because you showed them where your line was and they crossed it anyway. Going back tells them, and tells yourself, that your standards are negotiable. A leader's standards never are. 2. Never stop building yourself. Not better than other men, better than the man you were yesterday. The moment you get comfortable, you start shrinking. Leaders don't coast. There is no staying still. You're either growing or you're falling behind. Never go broke trying to impress people who don't matter. The upgraded apartment you couldn't afford. The business class seat on someone else's credit card. Bought to get a reaction from people who'll forget you by next week. Real wealth is quiet. Leaders build. They don't perform. 4. Protect who is behind you. Respect who is beside you. Your family, your people, those who look up to you without saying it. That's your responsibility. The men walking beside you are your equals. A real leader lifts as he climbs. He never kicks the ladder down once he's up. 5. Never beg for a relationship. If you have to convince someone to choose you, they've already given you the answer. A man who begs trades his self-respect for company. Leaders are chosen. They don't audition. Walk. Now pay close attention, because the next rule is the one most men resist the hardest. And it's the one that separates the men who talk about discipline from the men who actually have it. 6. Make discipline physical. Train your body at least 4 times a week. Not just for how you look, for what it proves to yourself. Every rep is evidence that you can push through something hard, and that proof bleeds into everything else. 7. Know your room. Not every table is yours, and a secure man never chases spaces that don't want him. Instead, he builds something so valuable that people start asking to sit at his table. That's not arrogance. That's leverage. I learned this one the hard way. I spent years trying to force my way into rooms that weren't ready for me. The day I stopped chasing and started building, everything changed. 8. Dress like you, take yourself seriously. People decide who you are in the first 7 seconds. You can call it unfair, or you can use it. How you show up tells the world how much you value yourself, and the world, without fail, responds accordingly. 9. Listen more than you speak. The most powerful man in any room is usually the quietest. He watches, he learns. When he finally speaks, everyone listens. Silence isn't weakness. For a leader, it's one of the most powerful tools you have. 10. Build multiple ways to earn. One income is one point of failure. A man who depends on a single salary depends on someone else's decision to survive. Build a second stream, then a third. Money doesn't guarantee freedom, but options do. And leaders always have options. 10 rules. Most men will watch this and forget it by tomorrow, but you're still here. That already separates you. Now, here's what nobody tells you. Knowing the rules isn't enough. There's a mindset shift that has to happen first. Without it, none of this sticks. I'll show you exactly what that shift is in my next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it, because that one video could be the thing that actually changes everything. Now, which rule hit you hardest? Drop the number in the comments. Just the number, 1 through 10. The most voted rule gets its own dedicated video.